Welcome. In front of me I have the Miracase MagSafe Case with tempered glass for iPhone 17 Pro, and I'll be going over unboxing, a quick look at the case, how it fits over the device, and just my general review of it. Now when I say review, I should probably specify that I mean more like first impression, but anyway, let's just get straight into this. We do have the cut area, there we go. Made for iPhone 17 Pro, okay. So that's everything that comes out of here. And there we go. Okay. Okay, that feels nice. Now here we have the tempered glass for it. I'm not going to be applying the tempered glass, it's just a normal tempered glass, really nothing special about it. And comes with a baggie for basically cleaning the display, basically for application of the tempered glass. So I'm going to toss that to the side and only focus on the case, as this is what probably we all care about. We can all get tempered glass for almost free. Now, when it comes onto the case, this one has the same kind of almost, oh, maybe not the same, a very close finish to one that I was very impressed with. And I really liked. Not the same kind of attention to detail, or maybe not attention, but not the same kind of protection. Maybe just a little bit better color, in my opinion. Now this one has, but the other one I did say I did prefer more. I'm gonna show it off later on at the end, just as a comparison. So let's first focus on this one. Now, getting it out of it, it feels really nice in the hand. Very smooth finish of the rubber all around, with a rounded kind of rubber around the plastic back right here that holds MagSafe, which makes it feel super nice when just holding it. It doesn't dig into your hand or catches your skin in any way, like some other cases. For instance, this one can kind of feel this the seam between the rubber and the plastic, and it doesn't feel as premium because of it. So most cases have something like this, where the plastic meets the, like you can see my nail just catching right here. So most cases have this kind of basically two seams of where the plastic meets the rubber, but they decided to kind of overlap it, and because of that, this feels much more premium, much nicer to touch, where there's no like harsh edges anywhere or any kind of just a bit more harsher kind of thing that just catches your finger, your skin, or anything like that. So this is super nice design right here. I really like it. Same thing goes for the buttons. They are all covered with their own integrated buttons. So these are actual buttons in here, integrated in that cutout. So they do have a little bit of rattle. So anyway, now this rattle will go away once you plop in your phone, because they are right now loose, but the moment you plop it in, the buttons will just kind of push this out and it will no longer rattle. Now, one thing that isn't covered here is the camera button. Some phones, or cases more like, have this covered. As an example, we have one example of it right here. Let me just bring up more light so it's more visible, and you can see it has a normal cover. So this is a capacitive one that transfers over your touch to the button itself, because it does have a little bit of thickness, but it is also a pressable button, you can see. So this literally just presses in the button right there. So it's a nice design. Alternatively, you have some other ones like this one. So this is just a silicone cover on top of it. Still works just fine, the same way that the one that I just showed. Looks maybe a little bit less premium, but it's still a nice design for protecting the camera button if that is something that you're looking for. Now, if we smack our device in here, there we go. You can see it fits really nicely. Everything seems to be working just fine. The power buttons you can see are working just fine. Everything is almost perfectly. One thing that I noticed quite often is there we go, that the speaker grills are just a little bit positioned. The speaker on the phone itself grills are closer to the top side of the case rather than being like positioned in the middle. This is almost the case for every case, no pun intended. So here it's on a lesser extent than some other cases that I have looked at. So this is a bit better, but I don't think it will affect the sound output of your device in any noticeable way, really. Now, taking a look at the camera bump right here, this one has more open design where it doesn't really protect the plateau itself almost at all, as most other cases do, especially the ones that I have unboxed today. If I bring them in, you can see plastic protection right here, silicone protection right here, silicone right here, and the JE Tech is the only other one that also has this kind of cutout like this one. While every other case, this one being the best one, with even like seals around each lens to protect it even further. So yeah, this one has the open design. Now there's two things that you can take away from this. With such a design, there's two things. You can either maybe get away with applying one of the lens protections like these ones. So this is just like a full glass. Now this one is designed for the iPhone Air, but they make the same ones for instance, Pro Maxes, and so on. So it's going to basically cover the entire area. Now I don't know if if there is enough space around here specifically to accommodate for such a case. It might not be, so this still could possibly not work. And I don't have the Pro Max version of this to test it out, unfortunately. But one that you totally could get away with is one that comes that I actually applied on video. I don't have it anymore on any of the devices, so I can't really showcase, but it's one that looks exactly the same like the iPhone 25 camera lenses right here. So it has this kind of weird black circle that you just apply here. They're a bit bigger than what I have right here though. And this one I believe would fit on here. So this could be one way that you can protect your lenses further if you want to. And lastly, you also have basically these plastic or glass discs that you can apply to the top of just the lens itself to protect it. Other than that, if you can't get away with the entire kind of plateau protection like the one that I had for Air, a lot of this space will be exposed to whatever elements, so it might get scratched over time, though it does come obviously with its own kind of bezel all around here that protects the cameras and the plateau from being able to be scratched from just placing it like this. Even if you try to scratch it, you will never be able to like do this unless you run it over with a tank maybe. So something that you shouldn't need to worry that much about, and yeah, it protects it pretty well. It just keeps it exposed, and this is something that you don't like. Obviously this case might not be for you. Now let's bring up a cable to test the charging port right here. So I grabbed one of the thickest plugs that I can find, Type-C ones, and just to kind of give you a comparison, this is a thick boy, this is a normal Type-C plug, and you can see how much thicker these are. Now obviously this doesn't refer to the plug itself, it refers to the body. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because sometimes a case can get in the way of charging your device. Here it looks like that's not really a problem. See, I'm trying to see. Let me quickly take this off just so I can test it out without it. So it is much easier to unplug it, so it's being pushed just a tiny bit. It's still charging the device, as you can see, so it's not really a problem, but it's much easier to unplug it. So you can see the phone isn't even like holding on to it. Now if I take the case off, come on, Come on. Damn it, stop fighting. So I'm gonna still keep the case partially on here just so the weight stays the same. And see, it holds a bit better. So I like really need to just kind of, you know, yoink it down and pull on it for it to unplug. So this case, out of all the ones that I tested, has the kind of least hold on the USB with this thick cable. But if I just grab something like this one, there we go. You can see this plugs much better. Now it also holds a bit better. This USB-C hasn't been used as much, so it has a bit tighter hold on it. But also you can see that it just fits perfectly in here, doesn't obstruct at all. So this is primarily what you're gonna have on your end, and this will work just fine. If you have a thick cable like I just had right here as a showcase, you might have just a tiny bit of problem. If it gets kind of, you know, yoinked a little bit, it might unplug easily, but just a heads up. So anyway, all in all, it's a pretty solid case. I like the color a bit more than the other case that I like a lot. That just the color is, in my opinion, a problem. So yeah, this one is better in terms of color. In terms of finish, it doesn't feel as premium as the one that I'm about to show you. So the one that I'm about to show you is this one right here. And this is, to be more precise, let's see the name of it if I can find it. MagSafe Camera Protection Case for iPhone 17 Pro. And here's the case. So this one is basically my solid choice. If there is a different color, then 10 out of 10. Feels similar to this because it also has this rounded edges. It has a different finish on the rubber portion right here. It feels much nicer in hand because of that, and it protects all your cameras way better, as you can see. So if I grab this, slap this on, you can see it has a like full coverage of the lenses, precise one too. So this case gets like solid 10 out of 10. Highly recommend it. Can I just launch? No. So yeah, 10 out of 10, highly recommend it. This one is nice, but it misses that protection for the cameras if that is something that you are looking for. And other device or other cases also have this. So there are other cases that I also unboxed that have a mixture of all of these, with the buttons being protected, with the capacitive kind of slider for the camera lens, lens protections and stuff like that, and all kinds of different builds. One feature that I really like to see in cases, one that I would want to see in this case specifically, would be one of these designs with a kickstand. This is a fantastic thing. I find absolute like joy in having a built-in kickstand that I can just whip out at any point, just, you know, slap the case and off I go with the phone in there. I don't need to, like, I don't know, grab some mug to put it, you know, besides here so I can have my phone stand. It just comes with the built-in one. So this is one that I really like, and this would have been just like straight 10 out of 10 if it came with it. But anyway, this is a okay case if you don't mind having the plateau exposed right here. It obviously has MagSafe, protected buttons, this skin-like color, and generally it's a solid case. Nothing really bad to say about it. Like I only mentioned, the plug right here seemed to be the weakest of them all. I don't know why. Maybe the thickness is a little bit higher than other cases that I took a look at, but still a solid case. And if you have a cable that obviously isn't as chunky as the one that I demonstrated here, you should have no problems. Now, if you're interested in picking up this case, you should find a link in the description. I also did a review for all the other cases that I showed here, like these ones from Spigen and some other ones. So you can check those out, and in those videos you'll also see links to those cases. But in any case, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.